Hello everyone, welcome back to Cars on Ride. I hope you're all doing brilliantly. Today, we've got something truly special for all the car enthusiasts and driving purists out there. We're talking about the 2026 Mazda MX-5, the latest generation of one of the most iconic sports cars ever built. The MX-5, known to many around the world as the Miata, has always been about one simple thing: pure driving joy. Lightweight, rear-wheel drive, perfectly balanced, and full of character. And with the brand new 2026 model, Mazda has somehow managed to keep that legendary spirit alive while giving it a bold, modern twist. Now, before we dive deep into the details, if you enjoy in-depth car reviews, new model updates, and honest takes from a UK perspective, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you don't want to miss what's coming next on Cars on Ride. Right, let's jump into it. When you first lay eyes on the 2026 Mazda MX-5, you can instantly tell that Mazda has taken a "don't fix what isn't broken" approach, but that doesn't mean it's the same as before. The design language here is a natural evolution of the previous ND model, with sharper lines, cleaner surfacing, and a more muscular stance. The front end has been completely reworked, featuring slimmer LED headlights that give it a sharper, almost predatory look, and a lower, wider grille that adds a bit of aggression without going over the top. The car just looks alive, like it's ready to move even when it's standing still. Mazda's Kodo design philosophy, the art of motion, is very much alive here. The curves flow beautifully from the bonnet down to the doors and into the rear arches, and it gives the car a timeless, sculpted appeal. It's a design that doesn't scream for attention, but it absolutely commands respect. Around the back, the new taillights are more compact and more sophisticated, and the subtle rear spoiler adds a touch of sportiness without being flashy. The dual exhausts are still there, and thankfully, Mazda hasn't gone fake or hidden. Real pipes, real sound. That's the way it should be. Under the bonnet, the 2026 MX-5 is where things get really interesting. Mazda has confirmed that this generation introduces a mild hybrid system for the first time ever in the MX-5's history. But don't panic, this isn't about turning it into a soft hybrid commuter. Instead, it's about efficiency and responsiveness. The 1.5-litre and 2.0-litre Skyactiv engines are still naturally aspirated, but now they're supported by Mazda's e-Skyactiv mild hybrid tech, which uses a small electric motor to assist with torque delivery, improve fuel economy, and smooth out acceleration. The result is a car that feels just as lively and engaging as before, but a bit sharper when you push it and more refined when you cruise. In the 2.0-litre version, you're still looking at around 180 horsepower, which doesn't sound like much in an age of 400 horsepower hot hatches, but remember, the MX-5's magic has never been about brute force. It's about balance. It's about the connection between you, the car, and the road. Mazda has kept the weight low, still under 1,100 kilograms, and that's what gives it that incredible agility and responsiveness that no rival seems able to match. The gearbox, thankfully, remains manual. A 6-speed short throw stick that feels precise, mechanical, and rewarding with every shift. Mazda has said that over 70% of MX-5 buyers still choose the manual, and honestly, that's exactly how it should be. There is an automatic option too, and it's been improved, quicker shifts, better logic, but the manual is still where the magic happens. It's one of the few cars left that really makes you want to drive just for the sake of driving. Now, handling, and here's where the MX-5 truly shines. Mazda has reworked the suspension setup slightly with revised dampers and updated geometry to improve comfort without sacrificing agility. Steering feel has been refined, giving you more precision on twisty B roads, and that near 50/50 weight distribution remains intact. Every corner, every turn in, every little throttle input feels perfectly judged. It's light on its feet, and it dances through bends in a way that makes even a slow drive feel exciting. Out on UK roads, where space is tight and corners come thick and fast, the 2026 MX-5 feels right at home. It's small enough to thread through traffic and agile enough to handle winding countryside roads with total confidence. That's what makes it so appealing here. You don't need a racetrack to enjoy it. Even a Sunday drive down a country lane becomes something special. Inside the cabin, the MX-5 has been given a much-needed refresh. The interior still keeps things simple and driver-focused, but it's definitely more premium now. Mazda has introduced better materials, a redesigned dashboard, and improved seats with more support for long drives. The 2026 model also gets a larger 8.8-inch infotainment screen, which finally supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a big step up from the older system. The dials are still classic analog, which I absolutely loved, no gimmicky digital cockpit here. It keeps you focused on driving, not scrolling through menus. Mazda knows their audience, they're building a car for people who love driving, not people who want a rolling smartphone on wheels. In terms of comfort, it's still a compact two-seater, so if you're expecting loads of boot space or rear seats, this isn't the car for you. But for a weekend getaway or a scenic coastal drive, it's perfect. The convertible soft top remains incredibly easy to use. You can still open or close it with one hand while sitting in the driver's seat, and it takes just a few seconds. Mazda's engineers clearly understand that simplicity adds to the charm. Now let's talk about performance and efficiency. Thanks to the mild hybrid system, the 2026 MX-5 manages better fuel economy than ever before, around 45 miles per gallon in real-world conditions, depending on how you drive. CO emissions are lower too, which means lower road tax for UK buyers, and it meets all the new Euro 7 emission standards. But more importantly, it still feels alive when you step on the throttle. The throttle response is instant, the revs climb eagerly, and that naturally aspirated engine sound is still there, crisp, clean, and full of character. Mazda has done something clever here. They've managed to future-proof the MX-5 without making it dull or soulless. Many car makers are moving towards heavy hybrids or full electrics, but Mazda has chosen to keep the MX-5 light, mechanical, and full of feedback. It's a car that celebrates driving in its purest form, and that's why enthusiasts love it. Now, in the UK market, the 2026 MX-5 faces some interesting competition. You've got cars like the Toyota GR86, which offers a bit more power but also weighs more and feels slightly bulkier. Then there's the Mini convertible, which is fun but front-wheel drive. Honestly, nothing really matches the MX-5's unique combination of affordability, simplicity, and rear-wheel drive fun. It's a rare thing these days, a proper sports car you can actually use every day. Pricing for the UK hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but it's expected to start around £28,000 for the 1.5-litre and go up to around £33,000 for the top 2.0-litre version with all the bells and whistles. That's still incredible value for what you're getting, a car that feels special every single time you drive it. Mazda has also hinted at an upcoming special edition for 2026, possibly celebrating 35 years of the MX-5 nameplate. Expect unique colors, lightweight wheels, and maybe a few retro touches that nod back to the original NA model from 1989. It's amazing to think that, 3.5 decades later, the MX-5 still stands strong as the best-selling two-seater sports car of all time. That alone tells you just how well Mazda understands what drivers want. For those wondering about practicality, yes, the boot is small, around 130 liters, but you can still fit a weekend bag or two, and that's all you really need in a car like this. The focus has always been about the experience, not the luggage space. And speaking of experience, driving the 2026 MX-5 on a British B road is honestly magical. You feel every contour of the tarmac, every change in gradient, and every little flick of the steering wheel brings an immediate response. It's the kind of car that reminds you why you fell in love with driving in the first place. In an era where so many cars are bloated and automated, this one feels refreshingly pure. So, what's the verdict? Well, the 2026 Mazda MX-5 is not a radical reinvention, and that's exactly why it works. Mazda has made thoughtful updates that keep it relevant for modern buyers, more tech, better efficiency, sharper looks, without diluting what makes it special. It's proof that sometimes evolution is better than revolution. For UK drivers, it remains one of the best value sports cars on sale, and arguably the most fun you can have behind the wheel without spending a fortune. If you're after speed, sure, there are faster cars. But if you're after feel, connection, and fun, the MX-5 still delivers like nothing else. It's a small car with a big heart, and that's what makes it timeless. And that wraps up today's video. What do you think about the new 2026 Mazda MX-5? Has Mazda done enough to keep it exciting, or do you think they should have gone electric by now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I always love hearing what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Cars on Ride, and ring the bell icon so you never miss our latest car reviews and updates. Thanks so much for watching. I'm your name, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, drive safe, have fun, and keep your passion for cars alive.